I mean, we get that every day in practice. That's a very intense man, very passionate man, and it was no different today. So it was nothing that we didn't expect to happen. So you know, it was just the same old Coach V. So that's what we got. That's what we got, and it didn't really surprise us at all.
What'd you see in the locker room afterward out of him?
A side I haven't seen since probably when he first got hired. It was a very emotional side.
Okay.
Not to say that that's a bad thing, but you know, I like it, you know, personally, because they always tell us, you know, we're not robots, we have feelings. So it was just, I was very, you know, happy to see him, you know, set that emotion out. And I was just happy for him. You know, he got that first one off the board. So I was really happy for him.
Was that a little bit surprising that he was like that today?
Yeah, because, you know, he's always so in tune and passionate. And so when he kind of let his guard down and kind of just open up to us, you know, it makes us just even love me for more.
What does that say to you? I mean, I would imagine that he had a lot of stuff going through his head, his mind, his body probably today, a lot of emotions, but to have that moment of sort of, almost sounds like he sort of reflected and was like, oh, like, this is so cool. I mean, what did that say to you to have that kind of moment out of him?
Just because he always talks about sacrifice when we're all here. Everybody makes a sacrifice, whether it was him leaving his kids at Clemson or other coaches leaving their kids, you know, us leaving our families when we come in college. He always talks about sacrifice. So when he was always saying that when you come sacrifice, you get a reward about it. So when you get that reward, it just kind of probably all hit them all at once. So understanding that everything that we've been through and we still have a long way to go, but just living in the moment right now, it probably hit harder. So it hit harder for everybody, but we probably just showed it different.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that, pregame, what was his kind of message to you guys going
in? It was kind of the same message he gave all week. You know, play focused, play discipline. You know, he really wanted to establish a new brand of Oklahoma football. That was his main goal. That we were going to put on a show for the fans out there that we've been working hard for these past 8 months since he's been hired. So ever since he got hired, we wanted to just put on everything that we've been building in the dark, and when it came to light, we wanted to show the whole world that this is a new and a different Oklahoma, and this is a new era.
Is it hard to stay focused like that when it's that much heat and there's all this pressure of the first game and your coach's first game and all the crowd is out there? Is that hard to stay focused because it's a very emotional atmosphere?
No, not really, because it's still football at the end of the day, so we kind of knew what was going on, but everybody did kind of have okay, we have this little extra hip when I giddy up just because it was Coach V's first game ever as a head coach, and it was here. So we just tried to go out there and make sure he went out with a good W.
I'm curious about the post-game locker room. Was it a big celebration and then all of a sudden it got a little emotional, or how would you paint that?
It was both emotional and a celebration. You know, we all came in, everybody's happy off a W, because one thing he does say is success is hard. So no matter what, we're gonna celebrate. When we get a W, we're gonna celebrate it. But he did also come in, you know, a little emotional side, but it's all good. You know, everybody likes to see our emotional side when we let our guard down. So he just let his guard down, open up to us, which made us love us even more.
Thanks, Isaiah.
Thanks,
No
Isaiah.
problem. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
No problem.